Hare Krishna. The reason I wanted you to see the video because the Prime Minister appreciates the importance of the Bhagavad Gita, and he especially appreciates Prabhupada's translation of the Bhagavad Gita. And we have the Bhagavad Gita translated, and the Prime Minister, further we have the Bhagavad Gita translated in over 80 languages of the world. He agreed that he would give this to every head of state, Prabhupada's Gita. So I was in two minds about today because I just flew from Moscow last night and we drove from New York to Washington. I picked up a little cold on the way, but now it's a little better. So I'm very happy to be here. And the main purpose of this program is to encourage all of you to be more serious about spiritual life. We can all see that there's so much calamity, there's so much stress. We would like to believe that there is no calamity. Every day I meet someone with some major disease or the other. Every day. And Krishna says, misery and everything is temporary. So we should take the Krishna consciousness very seriously. We are very fortunate. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes. Very well.
And Prabhupada gave us the pure philosophy of Krishna consciousness. And because of Prabhupada's hard work, we're being respected everywhere. I was just talking to Madhu, and he was saying the Prime Minister respects you. I say he respects because of the work that Prabhupada has done. Prabhupada presented the pure Vedic teachings all over the world. And it's not that people are gate crashing for Krishna consciousness. They're not gate crashing like they would do in a soccer match or a cricket match. But nevertheless, there are sincere people taking to this path. You are fortunate in that you got exposed to Krishna consciousness. It is some factor or the other. So now we should take this process very seriously. The process is very simple. You don't need to interpret or conclude. Prabhupada gave it as it is. So we should take to this process very seriously. In Prabhupada's example, we saw how he labored hard to present the absolute truth. And even when he was being advised, don't speak the truth, he refused to compromise. So all of you should take this process very seriously. The Bhakti Lata bead grows when you chant, when you water the seed. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was explaining to Sanatana Goswami, Pramanda Brahmite Kono Bhagavanaji, Guru Krishna Kripa Pai, Bhakti Lata bead. The seed of devotional service. What does the seed of devotional service mean? It means the understanding that devotional service is the ultimate goal. It means the understanding that devotional service is superior to all other types of yoga. So that knowledge may be there, but that knowledge has to be matured, has to grow, and that is possible by the process of chanting and hearing. Shravanam and Kirtanam. So many times devotees say, what service can I do? I tell them the most important service you can do is to get attached to the holy name. That should be our real goal. We have so many other attachments. Some of the other we should get attached to the holy name. And how do we get attached to the holy name? By chanting the holy name. If we chant the holy name attentively, making this our top priority, then only will you be able to develop this love of God, a ruchi for the holy name. So we hope that all of you are chanting regularly and attentively. And the Bhakti Lata Beej will grow through the process of Shravanam and Kirtanam. But then Lord Chaitanya further said, the Bhakti Lata Beej has to be protected, and the way to protect it is to keep yourself surrounded by devotees. Just like you build a fencing. Of course, in America, people don't have fencing everywhere. But in India, you have fencing everywhere. So why do we have fencing? So that undesirable elements may not come in. So similarly, you can embark on the devotional path. But if you're not surrounded with devotees, then the devotional people will not grow. Lord Chaitanya said, just like a mad elephant, if he's allowed to come into a garden, what happens? What happens? Yeah. So similarly, Lord Chaitanya said, if on the devotional path we commit offenses, then our whole devotional garden can be spoiled. We should be careful to avoid offenses. We talk about the 10 offenses in chanting the holy name. We should be careful for avoiding these offenses. And we should all be reminding ourselves of these offenses. And the more attentive you are, the greater will be the spiritual realization. Now, as the devotional paper is growing, unwanted weeds also grow. Unwanted weeds means I begin to think, I'm so great, I'm so outstanding, I'm so intelligent, and everyone else is inferior to me. So we start getting this, what you may call, superiority complex. And that also is a serious drawback. Lord Chaitanya says, these unwanted weeds should be plucked out. Now, how can you pluck these weeds out? Because in most cases, we don't really believe we have any shortcomings. We would all like to believe that we are God's gift to humanity and there's nothing shortcoming in us. So we need the association of devotees who can tell us, yes, Prabhu, this is where you need to improve. This is where you need to correct. Humility doesn't mean you just smile and offer obeisance. Humility means you're searching for direction, correction, and guidance. If you're not searching for guidance, if you think you know everything, if you're not if you're not looking for correction, then you'll never grow. The spiritual humility means I want to be corrected, I want to be directed, I want to be guided. And unless we are ready for guidance, we can't make spiritual advancement. So we hope that all of you will be serious on the devotional path. And Lord Chaitanya said, these unwanted weeds can be plucked out only if you are in the association of devotees. So on the devotional path, if we see people pointing out, we should be happy to correct ourselves. And on the devotional path, our mentality should be, yes, I'm ready to correct myself. So we hope that all of you will take it seriously. There's nothing new that I have said. You've probably heard this 100 times. If you read Prabhupada's purport, you will see that the same things get repeated again and again. Sometimes people say, oh, there's nothing new in Prabhupada's book. There's nothing new because the philosophy you present is given by Krishna and supported by the acharyas, Therefore, we just repeat what the acharyas have done. And if we repeat, then they'll be successful. I think what I can do now is take on some questions and answer them. And devotees often want to ask questions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Other questions? No questions?
I'm just asking this for everybody. Is there a right time for retirement in Krishna consciousness? Like you give up and
No, you never retire from Krishna. You ever retire from eating Krishna? You ever ask, is there a right time when I stop eating? The answer is no. So you never stop practicing Krishna consciousness. And even to think of that is,
I mean, is there a time where you give up your entanglement in material things and just focus on spiritual life?
That's a different question.
That's what I'm trying to ask.
Well, you have the Vanaprastha model. Brahmacharya Kiyasa Vanaprastha Sanya. But it may not be very applicable in today's environment. So Prabhupada never encouraged, okay, now you're 50, you have to take Vanaprastha. 60, you will take Sanya. He said, in Kali Yuga, sannyas is also not so highly recommended. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling in southern India. He stayed in a house of a devotee called Kurma. Kurma was a Brahmin. He said, my dear Lord, I'm tired of staying at home. Take me. Take me with you. But Chaitanya said, there's no need to travel with me. Stay where you are and do the following. Chant Hare Krishna and praise the glories of Hare Krishna. Read Bhagavad Gita and praise the glories of Bhagavad Gita. In this way, you will always be with me and I will always be with you. And Lord Chaitanya gave this advice to every householder he met. And this is good news for householders. Sometimes they get worried, oh, our husband will take sannyas. So this verse shows them you don't have to worry. It doesn't matter which ashram you are, chant and preach. That is the real thing. Yes.
So Maharaj, on the same line of Niranjandas Maharaj's questions about retirement, what about most of us are either in the business or employed and we are still working, myself I'm still working, should I think about or anybody should think about retiring from the work even though you are capable and doing it or and just pursue for the spiritual life, as Maharaj was indicating.
I know a lot of people who have taken retirement from their business or job. If you come to Mayapur and Vrindavan, you will meet a lot of devotees who are working in the Gulf, working in North America. And now they had enough savings for retirement. Now they're doing full-time preaching. In Mayapur we have doctors, we have lawyers, and virtually professionals from every background. They're all holding lucrative jobs, but they save enough money. And they're just 50, 55. And they're doing preaching and other management. So there are people who do that, And then some will say, no, I'm going to earn money to the end of my life, till my last breath. If you're earning till your last breath, you make Krishna your an active partner also. So both ways, both the models are there. Is that clear?
Which is the ideal one? Depends on the person.
It depends upon the person. We don't condemn those who can't retire. You follow? It's going to vary from individual to individual. But if we have to, if we are in a position where our finances are taken care, then you can preach more.
Higher is preaching.
Yeah, that's definitely the highest. Yeah. You had a question?
Yes. Guru Maharaj, can you elaborate on the three categories of devotees, Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttamadhikari?
Well, the Uttamadhikari is the pure devotee. And the Madhyamadhikari, who is the intermediate, and Kanishta, who only sees the Lord in the temple, nowhere else. In the beginning, we may all be Kanishta. I believe God is in the temple. But then as you advance spiritually, you begin to understand the Lord is there and His devotees are there. And you keep endeavoring, eventually you can get to the stage of Uttamadhikari. But at least we should go beyond the Kanishta stage. Kanishta stage is more a neophyte, starting. But it's better than being atheistic. At least in the Krishna state, you know that there is God, but you have a very limited vision of God. And you don't have much respect for devotees of the Lord. In the Madhyam stage, you also respect the devotees of the Lord. Yeah.
How does one know if he is focusing more on his family or to Krishna?
Well, if in doubt, you can take help from Guru Sadhu Shastra. On the devotional path, you get exposed to so many sadhus who take help from them. There's so many things we don't know ourselves, but we need help. And we should be willing to take help.
Because the guru is not there all the time, so most of the time, 99% they're on their own.
Well, Guru doesn't have to be there. Prabhupada said, he lives forever by divine instruction, and the follower lives with him. So is the instructions that is more valid. And in these days of rapid communication, you can always communicate. There was a time when the model was one guru stayed with disciples underneath a tree or in some village or some remote area. But now, thanks to technology, you have very good communication channels. You can ask questions, you get answers also.
So most of the times they make their own decisions.
It depends. Different categories of disciples. Prabhupada said in the Bhagavatam, Narada Muni says, there are 3 levels of disciples. The best disciple is, he knows what the Guru wants. And without saying, he does it. He knows the Guru wants me to chant my rounds properly, read, etc. The second best disciple is, one is told, do this, and he does it. And the third best is, no matter what you say, he'll do his own thing. It's in the 4th canto. So it depends upon us which path, which level we want to operate at. But then Krishna says, all of them as a surrender to me, I reward them accordingly. It's not that everybody gets the same degree of protection.
Most of them, they say, I'm doing it for Krishna only.
That has to be discussed. More questions? Yeah.
So, how can you become humble servant? Because we always says that the Dandavat Pranam to everybody, and then
Smile at everyone.
so what are the different ways that we can become humble?
We need to become humble from the heart. That is what is lacking. And that's why I said they need to be directed, corrected, and guided. We should recognize I need guidance, I need correction. And that's the challenge. If a person thinks, I don't need any guidance, I know everything, man is just envious of me, then it's artificial humility. Yeah.
Guru Maharaj mentioned about that we all, most of us, myself included sitting here, we are Kanishta Adhikari in terms of classification. And
You all may be beyond Krishna. Hopefully.
I hope. But anyway, Guru Maharaj, so as Prabhupada explains that Kanishta Adhikari has a chance to fall down or fall away from. So how one can avoid that? You get initiated in all seriousness, and you are Kanishta Adhikari, and there is a chance that you may deviate. So how can you prevent that?
By being careful. How do you drive on a slippery road? You don't fall asleep. If you're driving on a slippery road, you don't speak on the cell phone. You just focus on the driving. So you have to be careful. Prabhupada used to give a simple example. You're shaving, but if you shave recklessly, you'll cut yourself. So you have to be careful. Spiritual life is serious business. It's not something you're going to accept and reject. The thing is, we don't take spiritual life seriously. We take it too casually. Till you get hit with something disaster. Better take it seriously from the beginning. Okay, any more questions?
Maharaj, you mentioned earlier two questions, retirement. During the retirement, is it, if preaching is continuing, is it better to live in Vrindavan or can we live anywhere?
Live anywhere. Vrindavan is wherever Krishna is glorified. If everyone moves to Vrindavan, the land prices will go up even more. As it is, thanks to ISKCON, they've skyrocketed. It's cheaper to buy land in Germany than Vrindavan. You stay wherever. You can retire and preach in Richmond, no problem. But preach. Don't say that, Yeah.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. So, as per your inspiration, last year, Advaita Chakra, he has been really putting effort, and every month we have been meeting and building the devotee association, strengthening us. Please, inspire us with some next steps as you would like to see for us to become a better community of devotees and engage and strengthen us.
Continue meeting regularly. Help each other to develop humility. And try to help each other in achieving unity. I'll speak on this topic on Sunday. So we should help each other. There's a long way to go. We should not think we've reached our destination. We should be thinking, I'm just beginning and I have to keep making efforts. Yeah.
How can I judge or understand I'm advancing or not in Krishna consciousness?
Yeah, that's a question we should all be asking. Am I advancing in Krishna consciousness? Or am I just advancing in saving money? That's a constant choice you have to make. So, they say money is sweeter than honey. So if you have temperature, how do you see if your temperature is coming down or not? You use a thermometer. To see how attached am I getting to the holy name? How attached am I getting to serving? How attached am I getting to reading? Many times when you're given some service, we abstain. And so that's how you measure. Get that attachment to life. How attached am I getting to the holy name? Yeah.
Guru Maharaj, Krishna consciousness is supposed to make one person fearless, but being in a worldly situation where we have to deal with money especially, there is always a fear that money will corrupt us because we see many examples. And at the same time, because of that fear, I end up taking my chanting much more seriously. But how do we get rid of that, such a kind of fear? Because my motivation to take Krishna consciousness should not be this kind of fear that I'll live in this material world, because human life is only one chance to get out. But it should be more towards a love for Guru and Krishna.
Govindas Kabir says, Baja Hare Mana Shiranda Nandana Avai Chardana Vendale. Mind your mind, you are full of fear. Even the President of the United States has so much fear. We had the Prime Minister at the Delhi temple. We had such heavy security. We had to close the temple 12 hours ahead because of fear that some terrorists may not come in. So there are fear at various levels. But Govindas says, take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. So what this means is, we don't say don't be practical. We don't say you're a family man, don't earn your livelihood. But along with this, also practice emotional principles and work for Krishna. In the 7th canto, Narada Muni asked, Yudhishthira Maharaj asked, how can we who are in the house of the ashram achieve
Can you
perfection?
repeat? I could not.
In the 7th canto, Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Narada Muni, he said, in a chapter called Ideal Family Life. I encourage everyone to read that. With that, Yudhishthira said, please tell us how we can achieve perfection, those of us who stay in the Grihastha ashram. So Lord Narada Muni said, they naturally have to engage in some occupation, but they should use the occupation to serve the Lord. And how to use the occupation to serve the Lord? You get guidance from sadhu. So you take guidance how you can achieve that goal. Goal is, I stay where I am, but still achieve perfection. You can stay where you are, and you can still achieve perfection by practicing Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada didn't tell us anything impractical. Chant 16 rounds. That's not difficult. All 4 regular principles. If you follow them, you'll advance spiritually. These are spiritual discipline. And even in countries like China, they appreciate us for our four principles. So these are also healthy from a material standpoint. So we don't say anything impractical. And then if you're earning a livelihood, use your livelihood to also spread Krishna consciousness. I was in Kerala 3 weeks ago for 2 weeks, Panchakarma. Every corner I saw a church. Every corner I saw a mosque. Which is all being built with money that the Christians and Muslims are donating. So use a part of your income to also serve the mission of the Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
I want a question from newcomers. The same people are asking. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, if we take certain responsibilities, there is a lot of criticism, and sometimes devotees don't like you. If you take certain actions, how to deal with that? Like
If you take spiritual responsibility, you mean,
yes.
then they criticize you and you try to inject discipline. Am I right? We should.
So my question is, Guru Maharaj, that like when you take certain responsibility, there are times that when you do something, there are devotees who may not like that, there are devotees who may like it.
I understand.
So how do you...
We should do what's right for Krishna and not worry about how many votes I'm going to get. We should be impartial and judicious. And when you're in doubt, is this the right thing I'm doing? Take help. But do what's right for Krishna. If that's the goal, then you can be fearless. Because you made the decision keeping in mind what will please the Lord, not what's going to please the rank and file devotee. So many things we have to do which are unpopular. But we should do it in a gentle manner. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, one of the austerities of the tongue is to speak the truth, to speak it in a palatable way. Okay, we'll take one or two questions and then stop. I'm looking for some new hands. Yes.
Maharaj, what's the most pleasing service to you from your disciples' point of
Repeat it.
Please,
view? What's the most pleasing service to you from your disciples?
Getting attached to the holy name, reading Prabhupada books, and preaching Prabhupada books, exhibiting renunciation. Because through these activities, you can make spiritual advancement. Otherwise, you just remain entangled. Our whole goal is to get out of the cycle of within. More. Yes.
Maharaj, how do we know that Krishna is being pleased by our decisions?
That's a good question. How do you know when Krishna is being pleased? We verify with Krishna's agents. Is this the right thing I'm doing? And you should be ready to take guidance. It's not that you offered here. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Shastra means scripture. Guru means Guru. Sadhu means saintly people. So you have ample opportunity in ISKCON to confirm whether the steps you're taking are right or wrong. But many times we don't want to reveal our hearts because we are scared. We'll be told what I don't want to do. Okay, any more?
Hare
I just wanted to understand, as a devotees, how we can become a good friends between the devotees, how we can increase our bhakti by meeting with other devotees. Because sometimes we we just want to be in our do bhakti, but sometimes we, as a devotee, we should always meet other devotees so that our bhakti should be increased. So how should we maintain a good relation?
We should be anxious to associate. Rupa Goswami talks about 6 rasas amongst devotees. 1, reveal your mind to those that are more advanced. Revealing your mind to those that are more advanced is valuable only if you're ready to take instruction from them. You don't go to a doctor, tell him what your diseases are. When he gives you the medicine, you say, oh, I don't want that. So you reveal your mind and take instruction. Give charity. What do we have to give in charity? The holy name. And accept charity. Serve prasad and accept prasad. These are the 6 loving exchanges. So sometimes as devotees, we should invite others for prasad to your house. Don't think, oh, we have to cook for 10 people. It should be such a headache. Yeah. When you invite Vaishnavas to your house and serve them, serve prasad, accept prasad. These are the 6 rasas among devotees. But we avoid all this. We do a material calculation. How much time, how much money, how much effort it will cost. But Rupa Goswami said, these 6 are very important for spiritual development. Do you all invite each other? I don't think so. Do you all?
Guru Maharaj, we invite the people that we like.
No, invite people, those who criticize you. That's better surrender. Don't invite people who will just flatter you. Generally, we want people who will just flatter us. We invite people who say, Prabhu, this is wrong, correct yourself. He's your real friend. One who is always flattering you is not your real friend. Okay? We'll stop at this point.